Welcome back to BSTT. It's Ben here, and today I'm showing you my fantasy hockey team. So let's get right into the video. We have Matthew Tkachuk. He was my first round pick. I think I had a late pick this year, and I went with him because I thought he'd be a really good fit on Florida, and he's been solid this year. So far this year, he's the fifth best at his position, which is good, and he has 37 points, so I'm not complaining. We also got, in the third round, C. Crides. Kreider had a really nice goal last night against the Devils. Speaking of which, Devils, what happened? Nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, Kreider hasn't been the 52 goal scorer as last year, but still ridiculous. Speaking of on the Devils, Jack Hughes. Hughes has been ridiculous this year. And I think in the future, if he continues on this track, he'll be in conversation with like Matthews and Patrick Kane for like the greatest American of all time. But that's far down the road. We also got Alex DeBrincat, who is like I think 2 points under a point per game or something like that. It's close. He's not having a terrible year. I just expected better production out of him. And I also expected Ottawa to be like a super team this year, like the Warriors used to be, as they got Giroux, Tkachuk, Shabbat, Stützle, and DeBrincat. That should be a super team, but they're underperforming. And I think goaltending's their main issue, and depth. Although that Pinto kid's been really nice. Rupe has been ridiculous. Rupe Hintz, I think he just got signed to like a huge extension and it's all worth it. He's ridiculous this season. He's putting up above a point per game, which I think he did it last year also. But that line of him, Robertson, and Pavelski, it's just so good. And then Fiala and Kopi, the two of them I expected to be a little better. They're both playing solid. And S. Bennett, I can't complain about what he's been doing out there. I have Hedman, who, I haven't checked him in a while. Oh, he's having a really rough year. I drafted him hot. I drafted him in the first round. At least I'm still 7-1. Thought I drafted Tkachuk. It was a rough draft. And of course I got Vicky Hedman, who's been rough. But we also got Chicherin, who fell. How far do you... He fell to the 12th round because he was injured for the beginning. But in the 10 games he's played, he's at 9 points. And I think he has like a 69 or 70% goals expected rate when he's on the ice for his team, which is ridiculous. We also got Sergachev, who has been really nice this year. Got him even after Chicherin. So we got 2 late steals there. And make it 3, sorry. 17th round, EK65. EK65 in the beginning of the year was in Norris talks. And he's, I think, the highest scoring defenseman in the league so far. And it's been ridiculous. My only problem with him is he isn't the best two-way defenseman, but that doesn't matter in fantasy. Scoring matters, and that's why I took Tyson Barrie also, because Tyson Barrie, I got him free agency, I forgot about that. Tyson Barrie is an amazing offensive defenseman. Not the best defensive, but great offensive. Jake Kling has been rough. Jake Kling might be dropped in the next few days, because I think Ryan O'Reilly is in free agency, so I'm going to get him. Then we also got on the bench Rob Thomas, who having a good year, but when did I draft? I drafted him 11th round. I thought he was going to have a breakout season, continuing on his breakout season from last year when he was ridiculous. But Kyrie was having a little bit of a down year also, which is making sense. Matt Boldy also. Boldy, this kid is ridiculous. This kid is the future. Imagine in the future you have a line of him, Kaprizov, and and whoever else they throw on there. Tyson Jost or someone like that. Whoever plays on their line is going to be ridiculous. because he's a ridiculous player and Kaprizov's a ridiculous player. Then we got the kids who I got both them from free agency. They're having a little bit of rough seasons, but if I'm being honest, I'm a biased Ranger fan, and to say the least, you gotta support your boys. And then Gabe Landeskog, I got in the 6th round, who hasn't played yet, but I gotta keep him on IR because it's not worth dropping him. Then in net, fun fact, I drafted my goalies at the end of the draft, and I wasn't able to make the end of the draft, so I auto did it. So I got 2 terrible goalies. I think Matt Murray and Cam Talbot. So I dropped him. I picked up Carter Hart when he was hot. I picked up Stu Skinner, who's still been hot. And I picked up Linus Ullmark, who's the number 1 ranked goalie. I think I'm doing pretty well in fantasy, but that's just my fantasy team. Let me know how your team's doing in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Bye.